afternoon, Mr. Eugene.
Good afternoon.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Eugene. I was formerly head of student development, sports and welfare of Sunway University College. I left almost like 8 years ago. I was having 7 posts, and one of my posts is actually the advisor of this volunteer group.
Would you mind telling us how this club was first established?
This club was established when I was asked the whole meaning of a government constitution called student engagement. And I started figuring out how this student engagement came out, and that's where I met Mr. Yong-an. Through the time when Mr. Yong-an volunteered on the program with me, I asked him to do something meaningful. He came back after a month and he told me that he wanted to start this club and asked me to be the advisor for this club. I told him that if you can bring 20 students to me, tell me they are committed to me for the next 1 year, then I will agree to be your advisor. So he brought 25 students and that's how it all started.
I would like to introduce our alumni that we have here. From our first batch, we have our president, Mr. Yong-an.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
Okay, next up, we have our first batch vice president, Mr. Ari.
Hello.
And next, we have our first batch director of marketing, Miss Stephanie Chu.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
And last but not least, our first batch director of community service, Mr. Nick Tan.
Hi, everyone.
And representing our second batch alumni, we have our president, Ms. Yin Zhao.
Hello.
Hi. What do you think is the greatest achievement that you accomplished during your term with your fellow friends?
Most impactful one, I think, is the recruitment week. So we actually managed to recruit a lot of new members. People started to notice us, and then they did come to our booth during the recruitment week to ask, hey, what is your next activity? What is your next event? And that's very meaningful because we didn't expect we have that so positive feedback.
I think the most impactful event that we had that time was volunteering in Zoo-Negara. The one actually is our first event, involved more than 40 students, and we connected with Zoo-Negara, which is also owned by a NGO. So it is a very enlightening event that we can have more collaboration with other NGO which also needs help.
So that time, I think we brought in the T.R.E.E family because it is even until now very established. We actually learned a lot also on how to manage funding, and then also we want to bring funds. Another meaningful event was we came out with Myanmar refugee tuition. So they came out with the syllables on how to teach those children, and then we came out with a weekly events for our volunteers. So our main motive was to actually have more sustainable and repetitive events.
As the pioneer, what inspired you to establish this club, and why was it called SSS at the time?
Last time we do have discussion among all my committee. We do shortlisted for few names for the society, definitely including volunteer society. At that time, the majority they select Sunway Social Society. Another highlight is because maybe easy to be remembered, so just called S or S. The reasons of forming this society actually is a few events that bring us together before forming the activity, as well as there are few community activity that I involved that motivate me, enlighten me to give back to the society. Another thing is I want to make my uni life richer as well as meaningful.
What made you change the name from SSS to SVS?
To make it more clear and exact what we actually do, so we want that volunteer work inside the society. So that's how we actually made our mind to change that, and then coming out with proper logo and also uniforms for everyone. And we purposely choose the color orange, because from far you see an orange, you know that it's S. So that's how we came out with the volunteer word, because we think that that's the main part of what represents us.
What are the challenges that you faced during your term, and how did you decide to settle these challenges?
The first challenge is definitely event branding, because during a short period of time we have to ensure that the society can at least run for years. So we must have a few events to sustain at least for 6 to a month. You can see actually for our first batch activity, we don't have many big events. There are few events that's only limit for few students or community to participate, because actually we just want to see and try out what are the future collaborations and the chances for future events.
I think as the director of marketing for the society, the most important thing is what kind of tools that we use to actually do our branding, or maybe to bring awareness of the society itself. I mean, in terms of letting people know the existence of this society and what is the purpose and what is the objective, and also to share some of the outcome or result. I mean, after we have run certain events, how we're going to promote and how we're going to share with the audience and say, okay, this is what we do and this is what we achieve. I think that is something considered the challenges for a director of marketing, or also myself will take it as something new and interesting.
Our challenges was actually go and to let people know about us. We have to come up with how to actually have a proper organization. Not only that, we also have to find the right people to actually seek those positions. So we have came out with interviews, proper flow on all this. I think it's really fun.
Are the upcoming teams able to solve this challenge? Stay tuned for the next video.